Alright, y'all, we're going to take a trip into Lowe's looking at the houseplants that they currently have in my local Lowe's. We're starting with some succulents. They were just kind of on a cart there when I first walked in, along with those bonsai trees. There are quite a few different varieties. As you can see, it's a decent sized houseplant section. Those are the plants that you can buy. They're already pre-potted, so when you make the purchase, you buy the plant and the pot that it's in, which honestly, in my opinion, is what makes it so expensive. They'll charge like $15 for a relatively small plant, but you're really paying for the planter that it's sitting in. So I was kind of looking at those and debating if it was worth purchasing or not. One of the other things I found was the Venus flytraps. I've been thinking about getting one of those just for funsies to try it out. So you'll see me kind of going over that section a few times. And also the plant right here, also known as a silver pothos. There's a scientific name right there. I was considering that one as well. I want to say it was probably like $14, and it wasn't that large, but it was a beautiful plant, but it was mainly because of the vase that it was in. Here we have the kind of smaller plants, which is the ones I usually buy and repot myself, but they are part of the Wick and Grow system, as you see there. And what I'm showing you is the planters by Allen and Roth that actually coordinate with that Wick and Grow system, so that if you make a purchase of that plant, you can buy one of those planters. Sorry, it was out of focus for a moment, but you'll see to get straight. If you make a purchase of one of those plants, it will fit, or it will match with one of those planters, and you'll be able to continue the self-watering system that is already currently in. So that's the way Lowe's has their plant set up. What I'm showing you is kind of what they have and how it works. Those blue and white strings that you see are the wicks, and they are what absorb the water in a self-watering planter. So all you would do is put the water down in your planter, put the plant in, and the wicks will absorb the water as the plant needs water. So it's a really good way to not over or underwater a plant, especially if you're new to caring for plants. And that'll work for pretty much any type of thing. And it's great too if you have regular plants that maybe you need to go on vacation or whatnot. You can fill up the basin and you'll know that it will have access to water. Here I'm just giving you kind of an overview of what you see, what we have. They have a great variety. I was just there a couple weeks ago and they really didn't have much of anything, and so it looks like they got a shipment in somewhere between that time, so they were pretty full. There's a China doll plant. Never seen one of those before. I thought that was cute because that was my childhood nickname, or one of them, so I like that plant. I may go back and get it if it's still there later this week. I had to go home and kind of look up on the care for it. Just showing you a few other varieties I found interesting or hadn't seen before, like the Dorado, the Lemon Surprise. And one thing to note is that what Lowe's carries in terms of their plants can vary based on your location and also the season. Here, that plant might look familiar. That's the Snow White plant, Snow White waffle plant that I already own. Yes. But they had a good big batch of those in, as well as the purple waffle plant, which I also own. You guys have seen that one is quite large now, but when I purchased it, both of those plants, they were the size that you see here in the video, and that's what I bought. What I spotted was a different purple waffle plant that didn't seem to have the crinkly leaves, and I don't know if it just hadn't grown to the level of maturity where they start to crinkle up, or if it was just a different variant. So if they have that plant there, I may purchase it just out of curiosity to see if the leaves actually do crinkle as it gets larger. But I've never seen one without the crinkled leaves. This is another one that I thought was pretty, the Brush on Fire Croton. So it is part of the Croton family, and I considered it because I love colorful plants, but as you know, I've had a couple of regular crotons in the past and they don't seem to like me, so I decided against that one, but I did think it was really pretty. Let's see what else we have here. This was another interesting plant. I liked it because of the texture. It drew me to it. That particular plant is a Moon Valley Friendship plant. I thought that I hadn't seen one before, but then when I looked it up and was looking at the care for it, saw a larger variant of it, then I realized, yes, I had seen that plant before, not in my Lowe's, but just out in the world. It is one I am considering purchasing later on as well, especially since it's a low light plant. And again, I'm back at the Allen & Roth and also giving you guys just an overview of some of the planter options that they have. Many of them are from the brand Allen & Roth. Some are self-watering, and then others are just regular planters. So you don't have to get a self-watering. They have a huge variety of both if you so choose. There's also that black rack that I had that was, you see that my houseplant sit on. I bought that, like I said, a few years ago. They do still carry them. It's $30, so $29.98, so round up, but they still have it available. I almost missed that polka dot plant that was hiding back there. It was only 2 of them and they were kind of in between, but look how gorgeous those colors are. I did have a polka dot plant before. That was the one that was growing up in the blinds in my old apartment. So as you can see, I definitely was considering that because they're so beautiful and those colors were so vibrant. It even comes through on the screen, very vibrant. So if you are interested to see what I actually did purchase that day, check out the card up there with the video. If you haven't already seen it, you can see the plants that I did purchase, but this is kind of giving you an overview of what my store has right now. I'm probably going to check back later this week, and I may bring home some more plant babies, especially some that are low light. Those were the ones I was really seeking out because of my space inside. And last, we have the larger plants, some more bonsais. Those were they had quite a few of those and they were gorgeous. But they also have hanging baskets. They sell a large variety. So if you're not familiar with Lowe's houseplants selection, they have some of everything. Bamboo, they sold it in bunches, and you can also buy it individually by the stick, and it comes with a little watering thing, and you can also use that for self-watering. And we're going to end with just an overview of some of the larger house plants. We have some tropicals and some other indoor plants. Thanks so much for watching. I will be visiting Lowe's again quite frequently, probably in the next few weeks. So look out for more videos, and please be sure to like and subscribe.